It's March 25th, a little after 8:30, and it's already 72 degrees. And that's a little unusual because even though we've had a heat wave, one of the nice things that's been happening is we've had a 30-degree temperature difference between our highs and lows. So even though it gets up to 90 some degrees during the day, it cools off quite a bit at night. But last night wasn't quite as cool. I noticed that there was I think it started out at like 66 degrees this morning when I first got up. You can see I've got quite a bit of weeding to do in that bed, but I'm showing this because my Artemisia got trimmed. And so I've got the cuttings in water, and I'm hoping that I can root some of them because I think I want to put that out front in my front beds. And my smoke bushes come out, and I've got a plan for my smoke bush. I had an agave out in the front yard that the worms got it, and so I've been working to pull out the root ball and stuff out of the front yard, and then I'm gonna put one of these smoke trees, either that one or this one, out front, and I think it's gonna like its home a lot better than it does right now. I think part of the problem is that these smoke trees don't get enough sun. And I'm gonna replace the smoke trees up here with those Cape honeysuckle. I'm gonna move those out and put those in the Vego beds up there, and I think they'll do fine. So I got a chance to get a dwarf bottle brush last week, and I got it planted. So we shall see. It's in a little bit of a shock right now, I can tell. I've been happy that I did plant it here, and that the afternoon sun isn't cooking it. So I like that part. And I still have to move some lantana up to the top. The other thing that I bought along with the dwarf bottle bush, I went to one of our local nurseries that I really like, and I got an orange trailing lantana, and I didn't even know there was a trailing lantana that was orange. So I planted it up there next to the grass, the purple fountain grass. So it's right in there, and it seems to be liking its location so far. And then everywhere, even the bougainvillea up there, which I know that they prefer sun too, but it's at least getting enough sun that it's coming back to life in the front, although the back of the plant, because it's more in the block wall shade, is struggling a little bit. So we'll see. I tried to plant it as close to the front of the bed as I could. These obelisks are going to go up into the oh, look at how the light's hitting the smoke bush. That's so pretty. Probably doesn't show up on the camera as well as it looks in real life, but I love it. And then you can see the grass that I cut back here has greened up considerably. So that's pretty cool. What else have we done? I think I wanted to show the trees. This has gotten leafed out pretty good. This middle tree and the center tree is, I'll show it from a different angle, but the center tree is done pretty well too. And the bougainvillea over there is put on some color. So something I noticed from my kitchen looking out the window last night is that I don't know if you can really see the flowers correctly, but this is really pretty right now. There's just an abundance of color in there right now, and I love it. And then this is filling in as well. I'm probably gonna redo my GreenStalk. In fact, I haven't even really watered this one too much, and I'm still babying my other GreenStalk, which is sitting over here, but it's not doing too well. It's the strawberry tower, and I don't think it looks like there might be green on it, but I just doubt it. So I'm probably going to take all of these out of there and start over. I'm probably going to put actual plants in here in order to start the process, because I water the pockets and everything and I'm not having any luck. So here's what we've had to do. We had people come in professionally, and I was pulling weeds over here in the rocks, and I noticed that it was spongy, and it was also my roots that I was pulling out of the weeds were wet. And so we knew we had a leak, and we tried to dig and find the leak, but it became impossible. And I think these trees definitely had something to do with part of one of the leaks. And then the other, there was actually 2 leaks in here, and the other one was a cap that was on a pipe that had a stress crack in it. And since we had our earthquake, our major earthquake back in, I think it was 2019, we've had a lot of issues with all of our valves and pipes and stuff like that. And I attribute that to probably the earthquake. So we are having all of our valves replaced. So they put inline valves in here and a new shutoff valve for us, which is what the circle is. And we're appreciative of that, because I mean, we paid dearly for it because it cost quite a bit, but it was so worth it. And then I wanted to show over here that I've got these sitting in water, and they're looking better. They had white flies all over them. So I actually took one of these concrete tubs and I filled it with water, and I dunked all of the cuttings in that water to try to take off the white flies. And so now they're sitting in water here, and hopefully I'll get some of them rooted. There's quite a few here, but told some people that if they rooted decent, I'd give them some plants. So I'm hoping I get quite a few plants off of this. And then in my front yard, I want to put these bushes going down the center front. We cut back our grasses up here, and you'll see there's an Artemisia right there in that dirt locker. So we also took off a bunch of olive branches because we have a set of valves up here in the corner, and we're going to have somebody come in and replace those valves. So we've got it so that they can get to them without having to use a machete on the olive tree. So that's where we're at. I'm trying to clean up my messes here still, but it's not really my priority right now. Just have a lot of other stuff going on. My husband drained the jacuzzi yesterday, and we got it all changed, water changed. Here's the asters. They look pretty with the violas. I like that look. And then I do like the bougainvillea look too. And then the lemon tree's coming along. It looks much better right now. What else? I guess that's about it for. I did have some beautiful iris here, but they're already spent. Looks like there's one more coming up, but my wildflowers. Oh, these are pretty. I did save those yesterday, but I cut back all of these. I think they were like a type of thistle, and they actually were struggling because the hot wind got them and just pretty much destroyed them. So I cut all of those off, and I've been spraying this with some water, hoping that whatever else that hasn't germinated might germinate. But I didn't like the way the thistles looked. They just bent over, and in fact you can see they got so leggy that they were curlicues and all sorts of stuff in here instead of I didn't train them, so that could be part of the problem. But I didn't know what I was growing either. It was just a wildflower mix. So anyway, I liked the green that we got for the early spring, but I was ready to cut them back when I saw how ugly they got. This is a flax lily. I mean, it isn't blooming yet, but that's what that is, so that's kind of cool. This is my basil. It's doing pretty good. It's been loving the hot weather, and I have been sprinkling this to keep it moist. And then I've got my jasmine that has recovered, and I'm really pleased that I'm gonna get some nice scent going over here. So that's kind of awesome. In fact, most of the leaves that were on the old plant, in fact I can just pick them off now, and the green is looking good, so I'm happy about that. None of the stuff I transplanted from the rocks made it in here. There's a grass that's starting to come up that I'm going to pull out of there, but I don't necessarily know what I'm going to put in this bed yet. I might put an Artemisia in the center of it. I don't know. We shall see. Artemisia grows faster, so I don't know. The dwarf bottle brush is, they said it's okay for containers, so I put it in one that, you know, we changed all the bottom, put a bottom on these Vego beds. So I'm gonna watch the bottle brush, and I might have to move it out of there. But since it's a dwarf and it's slow growing, I might be okay. So I had grasshoppers eat a couple of my zucchini, and then I want to show, let me see if I can do this properly, how big my eggplants are getting. In fact, I'll take this off now, but something even ate on that, which was probably a grasshopper or maybe a leaf miner, I don't know. But I will be moving these covers. I'm gonna plant out my tomatoes, and so I'm gonna be using covers on my tomatoes for a while, because one of the things that's really weird is the rest of this week we're gonna have 90-degree highs, but then it goes to 70 degrees, and then one night we're even supposed to hit 39, which that's not good for tomatoes. So, oh, the crows are, no, ravens. The ravens are having quite a party this morning. So my peppers are coming back in. You can see they're leafing out. And what'll be nice about this is that I will be starting out with so much more of a maturity to them that I'll probably get peppers before June. I shouldn't count my chickens before they're hatched, but it is kind of exciting to see. And so far, the grasshoppers have left these leaves alone. The serranos, in fact, I've seen some peppers on the serranos, but I've been picking them off because I don't really want them to fruit out yet. And then I noticed, I think, yeah, there is a Kajari melon coming up, I believe. Most of my seeds have not germinated. This lemongrass, I know exactly where I'm putting it. I'm putting it up in the top of the yard in the corner, and I'm probably moving that today. We don't have our trenches done yet. I have this, I think that's mallow, but I'm not sure yet. I have to see what that tree is. Oh, yeah, here's Kajari melons. They're doing good. And then this is where a zucchini got eaten. This one's still good though. So anyway, I'm gonna start, I probably will cover that zucchini with some netting and try to protect it from some of the pests. I don't think it was a Kajari melon, or what was this? Yeah, Kajari. I don't see it coming up yet, but I did plant one there. Anyway, this is coming out this morning. I still haven't moved these plants. This is lobelia. It's a trailing plant, and it puts really pretty blue flowers on. So I've been watering it over here, but I am gonna move it up to the top of the yard. It's lobelia. It's really pretty. I think that's it. I think I have a lot of other things to cover right now. It's the sound of freedom. Oh, I know what I was going to show. I got to get these out in the sun anyway. I've been putting these under grow lights, and I have all my tomatoes that I'm going to transplant here, and there's quite a few. We're not having a plant sale this year, so I will probably save a couple of these for some friends that might want them, but most of them I'm gonna plant. I think most people buy the tomatoes that they like the best anyway. So anyway, that's my garden diary.